Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are headed off the beaten path, so get ready because we are going to check out a list of movies that are a little bit dangerous, a little bit naughty, definitely dirty, but absolutely must-see films. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so these movies are a little bit unrated, uncensored, uncalled for. We have everything here, a little bit for everybody. We've got some lighthearted stuff, some heavy drama, some stuff that leans into horror. If you want kind of twisted and just a little bit edgy, this is the list for you. Let's not wait any longer. Jumping right in at number 10. Now, these aren't really ranked, but it's just a whole recommendations list. But if they were ranked, 10 would be at 10 for a reason, and I am talking about 2024's Anora. Now, this one is actually a lower recommendation for me, despite all of the Oscar buzz, because I can't in good conscience recommend this and say that I love the movie. But I know a lot of people do, and it fits the bill here because it is definitely raunchy, unrated, pretty much, and sort of uncalled for. It pushes the envelope. This movie is what happens when you basically steal the plot of Pretty Woman and replace it with a Brooklyn stripper who marries a Russian billionaire son during a wild, sort of weekend. This thing is very chaotically cut. It's got some cinematic, questionable, cuts there, just from a filmmaking standpoint. But the cinematography overall is very bold. It's in your face, chaotic, strange. It's kind of like if you took Pretty Woman and got it drunk and then it ran off with uncut gems. That's what you would have here. Mikey Madison, of course, Oscar darling for her performance in the title role. This thing is an emotional roller coaster. It's kind of back and forth. It is a hot mess. It's almost like watching reality TV. So if you want to watch something that is an awards darling, but still makes you kind of feel like you want to watch like this and is a little bit cringe, Anora fits the bill for this list. It comes in at number 10. Now, number 9 is one that I also cannot in good conscience recommend and say, hey, this is a great movie. It's for everyone, because these movies, by and large, are an acquired taste. And when you're talking David Cronenberg, you're really talking acquired taste. And when you're talking 1996's Crash, you're talking about a whole other kind of taste over here. This one is for the freaks, and I say that with all the love. But David Cronenberg's Crash is about a group of people who are turned on by car crashes. James Spader and Holly Hunter have just stone cold, awesome performances in this thing. But the whole movie is kind of shot and feels like a dream that you're not sure you should be having and that you feel like you need to take a shower from once you wake up. That may or may not be the point here, but these people, they get turned on by scars. They get turned after James Spader is in an accident. He falls into this whole subculture. They get turned on by people who are kind of almost want to say a mix of man and machine. The scars where the man interacts with the machine, the crashes, all of these things. It's sort of this weird, just taboo that David Cronenberg goes into. It is not for the faint of heart. It is very graphic and in your face a lot of the movie. You're probably going to see a lot more than maybe you even want to, but if you're ready to just really dive into the deep end of movies like this, it doesn't get any deeper at the deep end than Crash. It comes in at number 9. Now, number 8 is one that I recently just saw for the first time, and that is 1979's hardcore.
Nothing you have ever done, seen, or imagined can prepare you for the experience of hardcore.
So this is George C. Scott, and you have to imagine George C. Scott walking into a peep show booth and yelling, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" You're going to see that in this movie, and you will not forget it.
Turn it off!
Hardcore is grimy. It's got a very gripping story. It's got that 70s patina look that kind of adds to the sordid vibe of the whole thing. But you have a man who is searching for his daughter in this film, only to discover that she has fallen into the underworld, sort of the seedy underbelly of low-budget adult films. And she's in this underground world, and this is not a rescue mission with like guns and going after it like that. There is just emotional wreckage in this film, lots of moral confusion. It's maybe not exploitive, so it's not going into the Crash territory of just exploiting these things, but it's gritty. It's got that feel of the 70s kind of sleaze cinema, but it is also high caliber cinema. Hardcore is one that will stay with you and is just a damn good movie. This one I very much recommend, and it comes in at number 8. Now, number 7 on this list, we go to one from 2001 that I talked about maybe 6-8 months ago on the channel, because that was the first time that I had seen the movie and I had to come and talk to you guys. So I want to tell you again in case you missed it. But this one is called The Center of the World. And this one's kind of quiet, very sexy, but also strangely sad. You have a dot-com millionaire in this movie who hires a stripper for the weekend. Got those Anora things. There's a common theme there. They're in Vegas as well, but the key to this one is there's supposed to be no touching, okay? No sex, just companionship. And you can kind of probably guess how that goes. This thing is directed with like very soft lighting, a very natural feel. It has a really strange rhythm to the whole movie. It's a very intimate feeling movie, but also very, very erotic. You're going to come away thinking, whoa, that was past sort of, soft core. And that's crazy because you've got Molly Parker in this movie, who is phenomenal, super confident, vulnerable. You also have Peter Sarsgaard in this movie. Now, maybe this was before they were like sort of next level stars where they were, but this is one that you kind of watch late night by yourself, and you kind of go to bed with some unresolved thoughts in your mind on this movie. But The Center of the World checks every box in this. You're going to kind of be blown away and taken by surprise, especially with actors as well known as these in this movie. It comes in at number 7. Now it is time to get weird at number 6, because I am bringing you one of the late, great David Lynch's absolute masterpieces. That's right, it is Blue Velvet from 1986. David Lynch peels back the white picket fence of suburbia and shows you all the mold, decay, and all the dirty little secrets and twists and turns underneath. And this thing is like part neo-noir, part waking nightmare, part erotic thriller kind of vibes. 100% unforgettable is Blue Velvet. Now, I'm not saying this is one that you're going to want to watch all the time and pop in to feel good. You got to be in the right mood to approach Blue Velvet, to approach David Lynch, to approach a lot of the movies on this list. You got to be in the right mood. This is one you got to prepare yourself for, because you have Isabella Rossellini, who gives a crazy, just twisted performance in this. Dennis Hopper, who is doing things with an oxygen mask on. He can't stop playing in dreams. It's just completely twisted. You got pure, uncut rage in him in this thing that just kind of overhauls this whole thing. It is also very sexy. It pushes that envelope. You got Laura Dern in here as well. This thing is maybe Lynch's most grounded but also most twisted film, and it is a beautiful thing to behold. Blue Velvet was a must on this list. Check it out. Now it's time to lighten it up a little bit. It is time for some classic grade A grindhouse old school fun, and it doesn't get more fun than 1973's The Cheerleaders.
This is the common cheerleader, an American phenomenon.
Now, if you follow me, I've talked about this one at least one other time. I think it deserves another mention because not only does it check the boxes as far as unrated, uncensored, over the top, raunchy, all those things, because it certainly does, but it sort of laid the groundwork for all the sort of like cheerleader movies that came after it. Even things like Debbie Does Dallas basically copied this movie exactly. The Cheerleaders is pure 70s exploitation classic. It doesn't really have a plot, but it has energy and sexual energy that is absolutely off the charts in this. You have a group of high school cheerleaders whose plan to help their football team is to sleep with the opposing teams and wear them out before they play. That's the plot, and it really explores that plot a lot on camera visually. I'm just going to say that. Seriously, it's a turn your brain off, see where all the like the cheerleader, bikini drive-in type stuff, tropes, all of that kind of started right here with the Cheerleaders. It's an absolute classic. It's awkward. It's fun. It is absolutely ridiculous. Just enjoy the ride. The Cheerleaders comes in at number 5. Now, number 4 on this list, we go a little bit darker, a little bit heavier with something that feels very much like a giallo film, though it isn't really, because it is one of Brian De Palma's classics. I'm talking 1980s, Dressed to Kill. De Palma goes full Hitchcock a lot. He definitely goes Hitchcock in the red light district in Dressed to Kill. Like, he's like, Hitchcock plus more sleaze, please, which he kind of does a lot. He does it in Body Double, which is maybe my favorite De Palma. Not on this list, though it definitely could fit. This movie starts with Brian De Palma, especially if you get the uncut version here. De Palma's trademark nudity and sleaze. You're in the shower. Angie Dickinson it shows things very up close and personal way. I'm just going to say that. You also have steamy elevator hookups. You have a mysterious killer in a trench coat with a big reflecting razor. You have all these really close tights on eyes. It very does feel like a giallo film, very much so. You got Michael Caine in this, who is a little bit creepy himself in this movie. The whole thing feels like Psycho and like a Argento style giallo film got together and then had a naughty wardrobe and then no wardrobe at all thrown in. It is stylish, suspenseful, and very sleazy, just the way De Palma liked it and just the way you like it. If you're checking out this list, make sure you check out Dressed to Kill. It's a high ranker for De Palma films for me. It comes in at number 4 on this list. Now, number 3, you know me, I'm a horror guy. I make horror movies. I have to have some good old like campy sci-fi horror exploitation stuff in here. Good old B movies, and they do not come better for this list than Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity.
What a delicious day it is. It's just perfect for a morning swim. I'd feel a whole lot safer with a big, strong android like you along to protect me.
And yes, that title pretty much tells you everything you need to know. This is B-movie heaven. You've got space bikinis, you've got evil overlords, you've got laser guns, and enough cardboard sets to build your own moon base. I'm telling you, you can pick them out, and it's funny, but it just somehow adds to the charm. It is based very, very loosely on The Most Dangerous Game, but with a lot more cleavage and way fewer ethics. It is like a very pulpy, trashy sci-fi exploitation film soaked in VHS fuzz. I mean, this thing is perfect for a fun Saturday night jam. It has everything you want on this list. You're going to get all your TNA. You're going to get all that stuff. But you are also just going to laugh and have a blast watching it. Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. It's a mouthful, and it's going to make you laugh. It comes in at number 3. Now, staying on the thought of laughing is one that is a pretty new movie, and I can't remember if I've ever recommended it on the channel. That means it's definitely worth a recommend. All of these are kind of like my go-tos, some of my go-tos for this sort of genre anyway, this category of films. And I think one that kind of takes us back, even though it's a newer film in the age of political correctness and all that kind of stuff, this film just laughs at that and says, yeah, no, we're not going there. We're going back to like 80s raunchy comedies. And I'm talking 2023's No Hard Feelings.
Oh my God, Percy!
This stars Jennifer Lawrence, so you have a very talented actress in here. And she's like, hey, you want full frontal, old school comedy? Hold my beer. Because she absolutely goes for it in this movie, and I love it. It is kind of like a raunchy 80s comedy version of The Graduate. It's sort of in reverse, because in this movie, she plays a very brash, in-your-face, like 30-something woman who is hired by a shy and reserved but very smart 19-year-old's parents to kind of show him the world and date him real hard, as Matthew Broderick says in the movie, to sort of get him out of his shell and get him ready to go off to college. And boy, did they hire the wrong person for this job. And in exchange for getting a used car, she is going to try to get in his pants and get him loosened up and get him a little bit more worldly experience.
But now you're going to rent out your badge?
You have a Roadrunner tattoo covering your entire back. I don't think you should tell anybody what to do with their body.
Nope.
Not anywhere near as creepy as I just made it sound. But it does have some very awkward moments. Some very ooh, like kind of turn away from the TV awkward moments. But they add some realism and some heart there. There's some very awkward, completely nude beach fights in here done by Jennifer Lawrence. And like I said, she just goes for it. You've got tons of raunchy jokes, a lot of frank and straightforward kind of sexual talk in this thing. But beneath it all, it's very funny too. It's a very funny, enjoyable film. But beneath it all, it's got a little bit of surprisingly like sweetness to it. It's got a sweet factor to it. And it's about growing up and letting go. And of course, you know, some body shots and some crazy partying and all that stuff. It is a really good movie that is very much a throwback. For me, that's always important. I love seeing stuff that kind of goes for it, that kind of flies in the face of some of the more recent movie making, kind of goes back to an era when people were far less offended and just had fun and went for it and went over the top. That's what No Hard Feelings does. It's a very high recommend for me. It comes in at number 2 on this list.
Doesn't anyone anymore?
Oh boy, that just leaves what I think is probably the number one movie in this kind of genre that people may think of when they think about a lot of nudity, a lot of sexual situations, a lot of campiness, a lot of over the top, a lot of just sort of in your face brashness that just is like, what am I watching? I don't think it gets any more outrageous in that respect than 1995's Showgirls.
I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.
I mean, you've got Paul Verhoeven, who admittedly, I'm a Paul Verhoeven fan. I'm a big fan of Paul Verhoeven. But this one is just beautiful from a cinematography standpoint. This is some of the best cinematography you're going to see in a film. They're in Vegas. You have Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell. Of course, she's playing Nomi, who is a Vegas stripper turned headliner. And this thing goes over the top. It spins circles, comes back around on itself. I think a lot of people think, oh man, what did they do here? This is just a Colombian Bam Bam fueled nightmare of a trashy film. But I think it circles all the way back around to that, and there's some genius in here by Verhoeven. There is satire. It's over the top. That is what he is known for in things like RoboCop, Starship Troopers, Basic Instinct, Total Recall. That's what Paul Verhoeven is known for, and he brings it here in a G-string, baby. There's nudity, there's backstabbing, there's lap dancing, there is a pool scene for the ages that is absolutely uncensored and uncalled for. That's not the way water works, baby, but thank you for the effort. It is outrageous, it's campy, it is completely unstable, beautiful cinematography, an absolute hellaciously fun ride. Showgirls catches a lot of grief. It is always a high recommend for me because I just think it's a fun ride. I think it's completely enjoyable, and I think what you're seeing is exactly what Paul Verhoeven wanted. I don't think there were any mistakes here. I think you got what he was looking for. But this list is going to give you all kinds of things. That's what I got for you. 10 movies that are absolutely uncensored, uncalled for, raunchy, over the top, whatever you want to say. It kind of runs the gamut. Comedy, serious drama, thriller, horror, twisted Cronenberg stuff, satirical Verhoeven stuff. We got a little bit for everyone here, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, share the channel. It really helps out. If you want to help support what we're doing here, you can join at my Patreon link below. Get the uncensored version of this video and all others like it. Special members only videos, and so much more. You get behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking too. I'm a filmmaker. I have been for a really long time, and I love making movies and love talking movies with you. And if that's your jam, please hang out. I would love to have you join the pop culture family. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
I know.